schoolgirl, 15, drank a bottle of vodka with sour lollies in it before she died from alcohol poisoning after following lethal cocktail recipe from Instagram. The devastated family of a 15-year-old girl who died after getting drunk at home alone have revealed she drank a bottle of vodka with sour lollies in it before she was found unconscious and taken to hospital. Paris Kamper died after 3 days in hospital following the incident, which has left her family and friends crushed. Police investigating the incident believe the young girl found the recipe for the deadly cocktail, which contained alcohol, energy drink and lollies, on Instagram. Anyone who thinks making an instructional video on how to consume excess amounts of alcohol in a dangerous manner is sensible or desirable, they need to stop it, Superintendent Rob Critchlow said. The teenager was found unconscious at a semi-rural property in Kamper, in Sydney's northwest, on Friday night. Police seized items from the family home, including a bottle of alcohol and energy drinks, after it was discovered the teenager had used an online recipe. Devastated loved ones described the 15-year-old as an incredibly talented and amazing young horse rider with a heart of gold. She was gorgeous but even more beautiful on the inside. She had a heart of gold and would constantly offer help to me if I needed it, one person shared online. "We love you forever," another loved one wrote in a touching tribute to the girl. The teenager had a blood alcohol level of 0.4 when she arrived to hospital, a reading which is 8 times the legal driving limit. Recipes for bright, lolly-filled cocktails can be found all over Instagram and usually include a brightly colored picture of an exciting-looking drink. These recipes often include alcohol such as vodka, which has been infused with popular brands and flavors of lollies. Others include unicorn or mermaid sprinkles or brightly colored breakfast cereals, which are generally have a young market. Some of them promise to be turbocharged or power-packed. These cocktails often include energy drinks. The pages sharing these recipes are not usually marked as private, and usually don't come with advice about age limits. Often the comments on these drinks are made by people who appear to be in their teenage years. Comments on the recipe posts appear to be focused on the appearance of the drinks. "This has fairy floss on it, we have to make it now," one comment read. "You know I am a sucker for the blue ones, let's try these," a comment read on a brightly colored example. Police said it is believed the teenager was drinking alone at her home at the time. This child was not a user of alcohol, she wasn't known to have a drinking issue, Superintendent Critchlow said. "I cannot state how pointless and tragic and sad and avoidable the death of a 15-year-old child, drinking alcohol on their own, is in a place that should be a place of safety. The information we have is that she was quite a character, quite a free-spirited young girl, who was well respected and well liked. She was deeply engaged in her animals, she had chickens and horses and other livestock on her semi-rural property." The girl's older sister marked the devastating event by changing her profile picture and cover photo. "My angel," the caption under one of the pictures read, while the other one, a picture of the sisters, was simply labeled, "Snow Bunny." Teenagers need to be aware of the dangers of mixing caffeine-loaded drinks with alcohol, turning them into wide-awake drunks, with potentially deadly effects. The warning comes after the tragic death of a happy, healthy Sydney teenager who was found with a lethal amount of alcohol in her system at her family home. Police are investigating the use of online material which may have influenced the excessive amount of alcohol consumed, while energy drinks were also found at the Kamper property. It only takes 3 energy drinks to alter a person's perception of their levels of intoxication, Macquarie University Associate Professor Melissa Norberg said on Wednesday. "People have coined the term the wide-awake drunk, when you are more alert but still at the same level of intoxication," Professor Norberg told AP. And, although fewer adolescents are drinking alcohol than in previous years, when they do drink, they are likely to choose a caffeinated alcoholic beverage. It is a view supported by University of Queensland Professor Jake Najman, who says young people are mixing drugs and stimulants so they can stay awake and keep drinking for longer. "If you drink over a certain period of time you will feel sleepy and relaxed and you might well stop drinking simply because you are really tired," Professor Najman told AP. But if you are using a stimulant, then that changes the equation quite a lot, and you are now active, vigorous and able to keep drinking for longer periods of time. Family friend Peter McDonald, who was beside 15-year-old Paris Kamper and her family only hours before the teenager's life support was switched off at the Children's Hospital in West End on Monday, urged youngsters to make wise choices. If you're a younger person reading this, your dad and mum need to be fun police sometimes to protect you from yourself, Mr. McDonald posted on Facebook. Paris's blood alcohol reading was at 0.4, well in the lethal range for alcohol. Jeff Monroe from the Alcohol and Drug Foundation says Australia needs to change its drinking habits and claims the alcohol industry has too much freedom promoting drinks to young people. He said teenagers especially don't realize how lethal alcohol can be. It doesn't matter whether you're mixing up your own or just drinking it out of a bottle, if you're drinking a large amount, it can kill you, Mr. Monroe told AP. The girl was taken to the Children's Hospital at West End, in the city's western suburbs, but she died on Monday. The teenager was one of 5 children. Send the strongest warrior angels to look after your beautiful sisters, one friend wrote. Send the fierce one to stand strong for your brothers. The girl has also been remembered for her love of horses and was the best rider of her age according to friends. Police claimed the young teenager had little experience with alcohol after they seized energy drinks containing high levels of caffeine before paramedics rushed to her family home at 9:30 p.m. last Friday. Superintendent Critchlow, from her local Hills Police Area Command, also said combining alcohol with popular energy drinks containing the guarana stimulant was a toxic brew. This investigation is in its infancy, but early inquiries indicate this girl sourced an alcoholic drink recipe from an online site, then put that information to the test, he said. The consequences have been tragic. Superintendent Critchlow said underage drinking was potentially fatal. We cannot emphasize more strongly the risk of underage and, more importantly, uninformed alcohol consumption, he said. We have a family devastated by the death of their beloved daughter. They have a lot of questions. With police investigating the cause of the tragedy, he had a simple message. We will endeavor to find answers, but our message has to be, do not risk your health experimenting with high-risk information sourced online, he said. A post-mortem examination is due to be done this week.